It's definitely one of my goals in the long run, to sort of establish Nintendo as being superior to PC gaming. Spoiler, it's because they have better games. Like, PlayStation and Xbox existing is straight up holding the industry back. If we want video games to be better, we need to get rid of PlayStation and Xbox. We need to get rid of these consoles. We're like, Nintendo will just keep getting better and better, and PC gaming will get worse and worse. It will become more restrictive. They're just a bunch of nerds who have to pretend that they're better than you in order to feel better about themselves. That's, in the end, that's all the PC master race is. Corporations do not want to compete with Nintendo on their own hardware because they know that Nintendo's software lineup is so strong, so untouchable, so popular that nothing they could release could ever compete with it. This has contributed greatly to the mindset that, like, Nintendo Switch Online is not worth it, even though it's phenomenal. Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild to San Andreas to GTA 5. What does GTA 5 do better than San Andreas? Absolutely nothing, right? If you're a cop and you go after someone, a black person who looks suspicious or doing something they shouldn't be, they're probably committing a crime. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality of the situation. We do not need 3 platforms. I don't want to buy 3 platforms. I don't want to own 3 platforms. I want everything available on one platform, the Nintendo Switch. Third parties need to make the Switch more. PC gamers are basically the boomers, right, of the gaming community. Like, we would see Call of Duty, we would see like Grand Theft Auto, we would see all of that decline in just a couple of generations if they had to compete with Nintendo. I think it's safe to say that PS5 did not deliver on that. PS5 was a complete train wreck from a software perspective. Why is no one bringing up the elephant in the room? Why is no one addressing the fact that PS5 is having to compete with Nintendo Switch, and it is going to be absolutely demolished by the superior software and hardware of the Nintendo console? Nothing they showed can match what Switch did day one. With ARMS, with Breath of the Wild, even 1-2 Switch, I think, look more interesting than a lot of these games. Where are the Sony fanboys right now? Where are you now that The Last of Us Part 2 is a complete disaster? Play a real video game console, play a Wii U, play a Switch, do anything. Stop hyping up PlayStation games. Like George Floyd had just gotten done attempting to commit a crime. A lot of people are downplaying the significance of this, like, oh, it's just counterfeit money, it's not big of a deal, he shouldn't have been killed over it. Well, the death might have been an accident. I use the PC for more stuff than just gaming, you know what I mean? But I want to use the PC for that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's no benefit to PC. Is that Digital Foundry tries to pretend that PC gaming is the ideal. Consoles, Xbox and PlayStation are not quite up to par with PC, and then like Nintendo is straight up terrible, like all the time. They always try and push this narrative. And it never turns out to actually be true, coming from someone who actually only plays on Nintendo games. That's how much I dislike PC gaming. I could have bought Shadow of the Tomb Raider on sale for like, what was it, $20 on PC? I chose to pay more for the Xbox One version. If you release a game on Nintendo hardware, it should be on par with other versions of the game. Like, there's no justifying this. We need to get rid of multiple gaming platforms. We need one gaming platform, the Nintendo one, and you don't need a gaming PC, you don't need Xbox or PlayStation, you only need Nintendo and third parties to support them. We are reaching the point, I think, where we can safely say that Nintendo games do look better than the competition. Like, lots and lots of shovelware. Amazing how people will, to this day, rail on like the Wii and like the NES for shovelware while not talking about Steam featuring games like, keep in mind I just opened the page, featuring games like No Man's Sky, Monster Train, NBA 2K. Dude, this is the sales. This is the sales shit. Like a bunch of shit that nobody cares about. Like Human Fall Flat, Chernobyl, like this is the sales page. Maybe I should look at the featured page to get my point across. How weak the Steam library is, and I do mean weak. Like featured and recommended. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Oh, that's what they want to sell you. Remastered collections. That's the first thing you see. Doom Eternal, that game that everyone has forgotten about. Blood Rage, I don't know what that is. Civ 6, Stardew Valley, I can get that on Switch. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, already played it on Switch. Elder Scrolls Online, don't care about it. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, own it on Switch. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, own it on Xbox. Total War, that might actually be good. But you know what I mean?
The Outer Worlds, from what I understand, has all of the content from the Xbox and PC versions. So there's really no pretending this version of the game is inferior to the others.
And I think it's the big thing for me that really puts the Xbox One over PC. For me, is that like it comes out of the box with more memory.
One of the things I really want to emphasize the most, playing video games is not a career, okay? It doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how much time you spend learning how to wave dash or whatever. Admit that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the best fighting game in the world. Like, no more bullshit, no more dancing around the issues, no more trying to pretend that Street Fighter V is relevant somehow because people play it at tournaments. No, people will actually play the game that people actually want to play. Full stop, no excuses, it's over.
Games like Splatoon 2, right? Games like Splatoon, IPs like Splatoon, they're so much more popular, they're so much more balanced, so much more creative, so much more fun. They're on better gaming platforms, Nintendo Switch. It's more original, people care about the characters more, the world is more interesting. Splatoon is essentially what everyone says Overwatch is, but Splatoon doesn't get anywhere near the same amount of attention or publicity.
It feels like PlayStation has sort of lost a lot of their footing. They've lost a lot of their general appeal. It's only just a bunch of really a bunch of nostalgia-blinded fanboys at this stage, I would say.